ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सागणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सागणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनीति नामिनि नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणि निर्विशेषाय शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणि हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। नमो ब्राह्मणदेवाय गो ब्राह्मणहिताय च जगद्हिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय ते नमः। सप्तकाञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरक्षसे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण माताजी।
हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा। Okay. So we'll continue with Lord Brahma's prayer. Verse 9. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकीम्। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीगुरुदीनदायनं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनीति नामिनि। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण. So we are reading Lord Brahma's prayer. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 14. So today we are to start verse 9. पश्येष मे अनार्यम् अनंत आद्ये परात्मनि त्वयि अपि मायिनी मायां वितात्येक्षितुम् आत्मवैभवम् हि अहं कियान् ऐच्छम् इवार्चिरग्नौ। पश्येष मे अनार्यम् अनंत आद्ये
पश्येष मे अनार्यमनन्त आद्ये
परात्मनि त्वयि अपि मायिनी
परात्मनि त्वयि अपि मायिनी
मायां वितत्येक्षितुमात्मवैभवम्
मायां वितत्येक्षितुमात्मवैभवम्
हि अहं कियान् ऐच्छम् इवार्चिरग्नौ।
हि अहं कियान् ऐच्छम् इवार्चिरग्नौ।
पश्येष मे अनार्यम् अनंत आद्ये
पश्येष मे अनार्यमनन्त आद्ये
परात्मनि त्वयि अपि मायिनी
परात्मनि त्वयि अपि मायिनी
Mayam vitatyekshitum
Mayam
Maya
vitatyekshitumatmavaibhavam.
Hi aham kiyan aicham ivarchir agno.
Hiyaham kiyan avicham ivarchiragno.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My Lord, just see my uncivilized impudence. To test your power, I tried to extend my illusory potency to cover you, the unlimited and primeval super soul, who bewilder even the masters of illusion. What am I compared to you? I am just like a small spark in the presence of a great fire. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. A great fire produces many sparks which are insignificant in comparison to it. Indeed, if one of the small sparks were to try to burn the original fire, the attempt would be simply ludicrous. Similarly, even the creator of the entire universe, Lord Brahma, is an insignificant spark of the potency of God. And therefore, Brahma's attempt to bewilder the Supreme Lord was certainly ludicrous. Brahma here addressed Lord Krishna as Isha, which indicates that Krishna is not only the supreme master of everyone, but is also specifically the master of Brahma, who creates the universe directly under the guidance of the Lord, and who indeed is born directly from the Lord's own body. Brahma felt ashamed of his impudent attempt of deluding Lord Krishna, and he was therefore perfectly willing to be punished or forgiven by the Lord according to his decision. If Lord Krishna does not mercifully punish his devotees when they act improperly, their foolishness will simply increase and gradually completely overwhelm their devotional sentiments. Therefore, Lord Krishna kindly disciplines his devotees and maintains them on the progressive path of back home, back to Godhead. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you. Translation. My Lord, just see my uncivilized impudence. To test your power, I tried to extend my illusionary potency to cover you, the unlimited and primeval super soul, who bewilder even the masters of illusion. What am I compared to you? I am just like a small spark in the presence of great fire. So here in this verse, actually Lord Brahma is repenting for his mistake, right? So what is the mistake he has done? Why is he repenting now?
He kidnapped all the Gopa boys.
Yes, thinking why he did that, what he wanted to see.
He wanted to test Krishna's power.
Yeah, actually he was not sure. He wanted to test if it was real Bhagavan, right? Or he's a small boy. Just an ordinary boy, because he felt by seeing the pastimes, because by seeing the Lord, uh, like how he was acting with the cowherd boys, just like an ordinary child, eating their, grabbing their food and eating, right? And playing with them. So he couldn't believe. And he was also heard that this boy had killed Dagasura, the demon also. So after that incident, he wanted to try and see. So now he is repenting because Krishna, later he come to know, and Krishna revealed his all the expansions were the 400 Vishnu forms. When he saw that Krishna had expanded to uh, uh, innumerable forms like cows and cowherd boys, and then he realized. So that was by mercy of the Lord only, right? Krishna, whenever he wants, he can cover himself by his potency, no internal potency, and whenever he wants, he can reveal, right? So even like Krishna, unless when we are not ready for such a surrender, then Krishna will not reveal. Just like in Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna was not ready, in the chapter 1, we see he gave so many reasons to Krishna that it is very bad to kill or to fight, right? So, what are the reasons he gives? He gives 5, 6 reasons, no, that we should not fight.
Compassion, family ties, sinful reaction, Varna Shankara, the progeny will be spoiled,
Yeah, that is family tradition.
Family
That
tradition.
comes under
Okay.
no enjoyment, right?
Yeah.
No enjoyment and compassion. The first one was compassion. He felt very compassionate. How can I fight against? I mean, because the one who was standing before me, or the one who was to be respected, like his acharya, guru, and the great grandfather Bhishma, Pitamaha, and all our friends and families only, right? Who were there, even the Kauravas, they belong to the same family. So he was bewildered. Actually, Krishna made him bewildered to give Bhagavad Gita. There, Prabhupada gives that in the purport, right? So Krishna was actually an eternal associate of the Lord, whereas he was made bewildered to so that this message can be Bhagavad Gita the message could be given to the coming generations. So similarly, here also, it is Krishna's will that he bewildered Lord Brahma for a pastime, right? Because even they are great devotees and they are always in remembrance of the Lord. So Lord Brahma is not an ordinary person, right? He's a great devotee of the Lord. And even Lord Indra also, sometimes even Lord Indra also get puffed up. And he also forgets that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? So, and so what is the pastime where was, Indra forgot and he wanted to fight with Krishna? There was a pastime, no?
When Satyabhama wanted the Parijata tree, he didn't allow
Yeah.
it to be taken from heaven.
Yes, because he thought Krishna to be a ordinary, because Krishna comes as an ordinary person, no? Many times, ordinary people, to many people, they can't identify, but even devatas get bewildered and they get confused if it is really God, right? So, it's because Maya is so strong. And Krishna says there is no world in the three worlds where the higher, middle, and the lower part of the lokas, no, that they are free from these three modes, material modes. So sometime they also come under bewilderment, even the devatas, right? So once there was a great sage. Anyone knows about this story of Markandeya Rishi, the sage? So he wanted to know about these Maya potency, how strong was Krishna's external energy. So he wanted to test, or he wanted to experience. So anyone knows this story?
Is that the same thing where in illusion, he sees that there's extreme flooding and he swims in the water and he sees on a banyan leaf Krishna is sucking his own feet? Yeah.
Yes. So he had a boon that he would be living for 7 kalpas. So Brahma's one day is one kalpa. So such kalpa, it's very big, right? So so in that way, the 1,000 times of a cycle of 1,000 yugas is one day of Brahma. So just imagine like that he lived for 7 kalpas, and every time Brahma's day start, and there would be a creation, and during the end of day there would be partial devastation, right? So that time, one time it was happening, and this Markandeya Muni, he had a wish that he asked Krishna that he wanted to see his external, potency of the Lord, Maya. So then Krishna shows him how it is. Like he was there outside also, and he could see himself. He was also, I mean, he was staying in a hut, and he used to uh, meditate on the Lord. And then he was able to see himself, and then he saw that Krishna was actually in a baby form on the banyan leaf, lying, and he was licking and his feet. He could see that, and that at the time of devastation, everything was getting demolished, all houses, and it was flooding. So then then after he comes out, and then he realizes how strong it is, Krishna's potency. So similarly, like even the great sages, everyone get illusioned by the illusionary energy of the Lord. So the first shloka of Bhagavatam also, it starts like, so janmadhyasya no? Janmadhyasya yatonvayaditaratarsh artheshvabhignasvarat tene brahmarudaya adikavaye muhyanti yat surayah tejo varimrudam yata vinimayo yatra trisargam rusha tamna svena tamna svena sada nirastakuhakam satyam param dhimahi. So there it is said that muhyanti yat surayah. Even the surayah means the demigods. No? When the great demigods also get illusion, bewildered by the illusionary power of the Lord. So what we can see here is the difference is, even the normal people are the devatas and the demoniac. What is the difference? Both are getting bewildered by the illusionary, but this is only temporary. If we see the devatas or the devotees of the Lord, temporarily they get illusion, but then again they come back, right? Because we are on marginal potency, right? Even all devatas include, everyone are on marginal potency. So sometimes they'll be when they're in internal potency of the Lord, so they'll be completely in devotion towards Lord, then they will always remember Krishna. But then when they are not, because usually even in the heavenly planets, so much of enjoyment is there, sense enjoyment. So it makes them forget about the Lord, and they have that enjoyment attitude. So that time they get illusion about the Lord, no? And they even the Lord Indra, he gets very much proud of himself. No, he gets pride, and the false ego which is there covered for all the living entities within this material world, it makes them forget. But then when they realize their position, immediately they bow down to the Lord and beg for forgiveness, right? But the same thing, the demonic people, they will never accept the authority of the Lord. Like it could, like Duryodhana or Shishupala, right? So though they see so many things happening in front of them, still they don't want to admit that this is Supreme Personality of Godhead. How he can do, which are extraordinary things, right? Dharma karma cha me divyam. So Krishna says that all his activities are transcendental. Killing such demons without any weapons, just with a hand, or a small baby killing. Those are all extraordinary acts, but then they can't understand that, right? So Krishna does not reveal, not to everyone. So for the devotees, he reveals only temporarily. It seems like they forget Krishna, but then very soon Krishna make them uh, realize that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? So in this verse, actually, Lord Brahma is no. So he is actually considering himself. It is out of humility that he is considering himself as just a small spark. Otherwise, also Lord Brahma or any living entity is just a small spark in front of the Lord, right? So here one more thing to see is, Brahma here addresses Lord Krishna as Isha. Isha means what? Ishvara, right? Isha means Ishvara. Ishvara means the controller, or who is the master of everyone. So So here it is given here in the purport that Krishna is not just the supreme master of everyone, but also specifically master of Brahma, because from him, from Lord's own body, he appeared, right? From Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, right? So and who creates the universe directly under the guidance of the Lord, and who indeed is born directly from the Lord's own body. So when Krishna given him responsibility for creation, right? So that is why Brahma is said to be the secondary creator. So, and one more thing, like there are different instances where Queen Kunti also in her prayer she says that how is this bewildered? How a devotee gets bewildered. She says, I get bewildered like by seeing that when you were like in a baby form, that Damodar Ashtakam. So how Krishna was crying when Mother, Yashoda was coming to beat him with a stick in hand, because he had done some mischief, right, of robbing butter and breaking those pots and all that. And then when he saw that, he started crying so terribly that all is that kajal were applied for his eyes, everything had spread. He was crying so badly, and he was not able to breathe also properly, it is said. He was, when we are crying or angry, usually people take more breaths. So similarly, the same thing was Krishna was exhibiting that pastime, like, because Yashoda Maya, she usually the pure devotee, they consider Lord to be very insignificant. Insignificant means, in the sense they think that she was thinking his real child. She never thought him to be a supreme Lord, and Krishna enjoys that, right? And so Krishna covers by his internal potency and make them believe that. So by such act, Queen Kunti actually she's aware that he is Lord. So he is his nephew, her nephew. She knows that he is a supreme Lord, and she was telling that you are fear personified. But then I am bewildered by seeing that how you are getting feared by seeing a stick in mother's hand, right? So, like fear personified means like even the big demons, they get afraid, right? In like Lord Narsimha, how ferocious was his form, and how Hiranyakashipu was, he kills him, no? And he was afraid. No? Yeah, all the demons get afraid by Krishna, but Krishna, so that is very difficult to understand. Queen Kunti says. So in Damodarashtakam, there's a verse, right? Rudantam muhurnetra yupam rujantam karambhodayubena satankanetram muhushvasakam patrirekangakanta stitagraiva damodaram bhaktibhadram. So it says, seeing the whipping stick in his mother's hand, he is crying and rubbing his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes are filled with fear, and the necklace of pearls around his neck, which is marked with 3 lines like a conch shell, is shaking because of his quick breathing due to crying. To this Supreme Lord Sri Damodara, whose belly is bound not with the ropes, but with his mother's pure love, I offer my humble obeisances. So Krishna gets bound by only love and not by the ropes, it is said here. So we are also bounded by rope, right? What are the ropes we are bounded by? We are bounded by ropes.
Maya,
No?
Maya, material illusion.
Yeah, there are the ropes. What are the ropes compared here in Bhagavad Gita? There are different the ropes which is pulling us. No, 3 ropes.
Three gunas, goodness,
Yeah.
passion, and ignorance.
Yes. So Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, because sometimes we are in Sattva Guna, sometimes in Rajoguna, and sometimes in Tamaguna. So we are struggling with this 3. No? So Krishna says, break this chain and raise above this, right? to Arjuna. So one has to raise above this three gunas, Krishna says. So when we are in these three gunas, obviously it's difficult to understand Krishna, right? So hence, when there is something um, happening in life which may not be according to our plan, right? So then we cannot blame Lord. Many times what happens, if not, which we think it is not good, whatever is happening, then we start blaming the Lord. So, but actually we don't know, right? We are in this, we cannot understand the plan of the Lord. So hence, uh, we start to uh, doubt about the plans of the Lord. No? But whatever Krishna does is actually for our good only, right? So because Krishna is all merciful. So how even for the demons also, many times we see that they also attain the liberation. So that is the mercy of the Lord. So here it is said, if Lord Krishna does not mercifully punish his devotees when they act improperly, their foolishness will increase and gradually completely overwhelm their devotional sentiments. So what does this mean?
It's good to get punished when something, if we do something wrong, so we know that it is not correct and change our ways.
Yes. So Krishna wantedly gives us punishment, because if Krishna takes full control of a devotee's life, so especially when the devotee is very much into a pure devotee, you can say, like Krishna will take control. Just like what I am remembering here, we all know that the pastime of Srila Prabhupada, where Prabhupada was having a very good business running. And then how he wanted to expand by that money and he wanted to go to West. He was having different plan. But Krishna thought uh, he wanted Prabhupada to completely engage in devotional activity and spread in the West. So he had to make him, take into Krishna consciousness. So his factory got fire, and immediately, so Prabhupada was able to understand that Krishna didn't want the way I had planned. Krishna had his own plan. So, but this is pure devotees, they are able to understand Lord's plan. So, and yes, so this is why Lord Krishna disciplines his devotees and maintains them on progressive path back to God. Next verse. Srimad Bhagavatam 10.14.10. अतक्षमस्वाच्युतमेरजो भुवो हि अजानतस्त्वत्पृथग् ईशमानिनः अजावलेपान्ध तमो अन्धचक्षुषा येषो अनुकम्प्यो मयि नाथवान् इति अतक्षमस्वाच्युतमेरजो भुवो
अतक्षमस्वाच्युतमेरजो भुवो
हि अजानतस्त्वत्पृथगीशमानिनः
हि अजानतस्त्वत्प्रतिगीषमानिनः
अजावलेपान्धतमो अन्धचक्षुषा
अजावलेपान्धतमोऽन्धचक्षुषा
येषो अनुकम्प्यो मयि नाथवान् इति
येषो अनुकम्प्यो मयि नाथवान् इति.
Muridhar Prabhu. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Therefore, O infallible Lord, kindly excuse my offenses. I have taken birth in the mode of passion, and I am therefore simply foolish, presuming myself a controller independent of your worship, of your lordship. My eyes are blinded by the darkness of ignorance, which causes me to think of myself as the unborn creator of the universe. But please consider that I am your servant and therefore worthy of your compassion. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In his commentary, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura explained that Brahma wanted to present the following argument to the Lord. My dear Lord, because I have acted so badly, I certainly deserve to be punished. On the other hand, because I am so ignorant, you should consider me an innocent fool and be merciful to me. Thus, although I deserve both punishment and forgiveness, I humbly beg you to exercise tolerance in this matter and simply forgive me and show me your mercy. The word Nathavan iti indicates that Lord Brahma wanted to humbly remind Lord Krishna that he was, after all, Brahma's father and master, and should therefore forgive the unfortunate transgressions of his humble servant. Every conditioned soul, whether he be Lord Brahma or an insignificant ant, falsely identifies himself with the material world, and in this way forgets his eternal relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Brahma, because of his prestigious position as the cosmic creator, also tends to identify himself as the Lord of this world, and thus he sometimes forgets his position as an insignificant servant of the Supreme Lord. Now, by Lord Krishna's mercy, this false identification is being rectified, and Lord Brahma is remembering his constitutional position as the eternal servant of God. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Therefore, O infallible Lord, kindly excuse my offenses. I have taken birth in the mode of passion, and I am therefore simply foolish, presuming myself a controller dependent of your lordship. My eyes are blinded by the darkness of ignorance, which cause me to think of myself as the unborn creator of the universe. But please consider that I am your servant and therefore worthy of your compassion. So, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, right? Api chet suduracharaha bhajate mamananya bhag sadureva samantavyaha samyak vyavasito hi saha kshipram bhavati dharmatma shashvachanti nikacchati kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. So actually, Krishna, so even sometimes there may be a fall down of a devotee. So, but when somebody is engaged in devotional service and then there's a temporary fall down, so such person should not be condemned by anyone. Or Krishna says that he will soon become a pious person. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. Shashvat chantini gacchati. Kaunteya pratichani name. So my devotee will never fall down completely. So Krishna will protect the devotee, right? So by giving him punishment, like in the previous verse, like we saw, how Krishna will punish when something if they are more getting attracted toward material world or material things, or we have more enjoyment mentality, then Krishna gives us the necessary punishment to bring us on the right path so that we don't deviate and we don't forget the Lord, so that we don't give up the devotional service, right? He will see to it. He may not fulfill all our material wishes, but then Krishna knows that what is the best thing for us. He's the father, right? He's the father of everyone. That is what he's saying here. Because you're father and I am your servant, so please you need to be more compassionate. Just like a father, though he punished the child when he does some naughty thing, but then he will always wish well for the child. He cannot give a punishment which is bad, or ruin his life or something like that. So, like Prabhupada gives the example, like the devatas are like aunt and uncles, and Krishna is like a father. Like when a child asks something, uh, so then the father may not give immediately because he's afraid. He asks money, he go to the father and ask, I want to buy something, plaything, something big money if he asks. So he will come, immediately deny. But then when he goes to aunt and uncle, out of more affection, they don't think what will happen future. They don't think so much. So they give it. So that, and then what happens? The child gets spoiled by that. So similarly happens in this material world. When somebody goes to their devatas, they fulfill the wishes and they get whatever they want to enjoy in this material world. But then that will be more and more binding only, Krishna says. So this material world, if we try to enjoy, that are getting more and more binded in this material world. It becomes more difficult to come out. So it's not an intelligent thing, Krishna says in many places in Bhagavad Gita. And these are all temporary. Antavattu phalam tesham tadbhavat yalpamedasam. So the less intelligent people go to the devatas because the awards or the rewards given by these devatas are temporary and they're temporary, right? And here, it is, he said that I'm thinking myself to be independent. And this is there in all of us. We are thinking that we are the controllers, we are the enjoyers, and we are independent of Krishna. And because of, we can't say no, because this is the reason we are here in this material world. So everybody wanted to enjoy like Krishna. And we are trying to imitate everything. Whatever Krishna does, we are trying to also imitate here. Right? So, Krishna is the father of everyone. Right? In the book, here we see that how Krishna, somewhere we saw, Brahma's father and master, right? So Bhagavad Gita, anyone knows the shloka where Krishna, Arjuna says, you are the father, you are the mother, you are the supporter, and all that. Radha, the one who takes care. Pitasi lokasya characharasya tvamasya vishwasya parannidhanam natvat samostya vyadika kutonyah lokatrayepya pratima prabhava. Pitasi lokasya characharasya, you are the father of even the moving and non-moving elements. Right? Krishna, Arjuna says, no. So there is nobody superior to you. There he accepts the supremacy. Even in the chapter 10 itself, he accepts that you are the Param Brahma, Parandhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhava. Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Divyam. So, and then similarly here, what this verse actually, this purport, if we see, the very relevant is Bhagavad Gita was Bhoktaram Yagna Tapasam. So actually there's a peace formula, right? So it is said we can be peaceful only when we understand that Krishna is the enjoyer, he is the controller, and he is the Bhoktaram Yagna Tapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwara. No? Enjoyer, controller, and what is the other one? Maheshwaram. Surudam.
Best friend.
Yeah, best friend of Surudam Sarvabhuta, right? He is the well-wisher, everyone. So that is why here Lord Brahma is saying that you are the ultimate well-wisher. No, you are the father. You are. So I am ignorant. I am just insignificant servant of you. So please forgive me. No? He's asking me. So you have to have a compassion and you need to forgive my offenses. Of course, Krishna will not consider the offenses of he will forgive, right? And this is a humble position of Lord Brahma. Okay. The next verse, 10.14.11. Kwaham tamo mahad aham ka Charagni Vaham tamo mahadaham ka charagnivarbhu samveshtitanda घटसप्तवितस्किकायः क्वेदृग्विधा गणिताण्ड पराणुचार्य वाताध्वरोम विवर्रश्य च ते महित्वम् क्वाहं तमो महदहं खचराग्निवार्भू
क्वाहं तमो महदहं कचराग्निवार्भू
संवेष्टिताण्डघट सप्तवितस्किकायः
संवेष्टिताण्डघटसप्तविधस्थिकायः
वेदृग्विधा गणिताण्डपराणुचार्य
वेदृग्विधा विगतानिताण्डपरानुचार्य
वाताध्वरोमस्य च ते महित्वम्
वाताध्वरोमविवरस्य च ते महित्वम्
Wants to read?
Shall I read, Mataji?
Yes, Manj.
Hare Krishna. What translation? What am I? A small creature measuring 7 spans of my own hand. I am enclosed in a pot-like universe composed of material nature, the total material energy, false ego, ether, air, water, and earth. And what is your glory? Unlimited universes pass through the pores of your body, just as particles of dust pass through the openings of a screened window. Purport: in the Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, chapter 5, text 72, Srila Prabhupada gives the following purport for this verse. Then Lord Brahma, after having stolen all Krishna's calves and cowherd boys, returned and saw that the calves and boys were still roaming with Krishna. He offered this prayer in his defeat. A conditioned soul, even one so great as Brahma, who manages the affairs of the entire universe, cannot compare to the personality of Godhead, for he can produce numberless universes simply by the spiritual rays emanating from the pores of his body. Material scientists should take lessons from the utterances of Sri Brahma regarding our insignificance in comparison with God. In these prayers of Brahma, there is much to learn for those who are falsely puffed up by the accumulation of power. In Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, chapter 14, Srila Prabhupada further comments on this verse. Lord Brahma realized his actual position. He is certainly the supreme teacher of this universe, in charge of the production of material nature, consisting of the complete material energy, false ego, sky, air, fire, water, and earth. Such a universe may be gigantic, but it can be measured, just as we measure our body as 7 spans. Generally, everyone's personal bodily measurement is calculated to be 7 spans of his hand. This particular universe may appear to be a very gigantic body, but it is nothing but the measurement of 7 spans for Lord Brahma. Aside from this universe, there are unlimited other universes outside the jurisdiction of this particular Lord Brahma. Just as innumerable atomic infinitesimal fragments pass through the holes of a screened window, so millions and trillions of universes in their seedling form are coming out from the bodily pores of Mahavishnu, and that Mahavishnu is but a part of the plenary expansion of Krishna. Under these circumstances, although Lord Brahma is the supreme creature within this universe, what is his importance in the presence of Lord Krishna? Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Translation. What am I? A small creature measuring 7 spans of my own hand. I am enclosed in a pot-like universe composed of material nature, the total material energy, false ego, ether, air, water, and earth. And what is your glory? Unlimited universes pass through the pores of your body, just as particles of dust pass through the openings of a screen window. So such a insignificant, no? Actually, Lord Brahma himself, he is not an ordinary living being, no? He lives for 411 trillion years. But for in front of Brahma, we are insignificant, right? And there are so many other creatures which are more insignificant also, right? So, but then even Lord Brahma is feeling himself insignificant in front of the all-powerful, almighty Lord Krishna, right? So, like Prabhupada says, so in order to understand Krishna, we have to, one should not take into mental speculation, or it is better to understand Lord from Guru and Shastra, right? So only then, right? Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. So one cannot understand the Supreme Lord by one's own mental speculation. And when we are through a guru only, one will be able to understand the Bhagwan, right? So there was Prabhupada gives a story of a frog, no? So there were two frogs. So one frog used to live in a well, a small well, and the other frog used to live in the ocean. So they meet, and when they meet, actually this small frog is asking, like, how big is this ocean? And he is, showing his hand, he is with his hand, he is showing, is it this big, and how much can he expand? No, is it very big than this well? Because he has, in his whole life, he had never seen anything bigger than the well. He can't imagine about the ocean. There is no comparison, right? So similarly, we can't understand the potency of the Lord. We have a limited intelligence. Everything is limited, what we have. Our senses are limited, right? So Krishna's senses are not limited. And our intelligence also is limited. And we are forgetfulness. We have forgetfulness. We can't remember everything. No? So everything, we have so many limitations, right? So that the defects of a conditioned soul. So having all those defects, how can we understand the all-perfect Supreme Lord, right? So that is why Brahma is genuinely feeling here his, being, how he thinks himself being impotent of understanding the Lord. Because for us, it may look like a, universe is all everything, but then there are so many universes. Just like there is another instance where Lord Brahma, was also thinking he was only the four-headed Brahma. So Krishna once, when Brahma comes to meet Krishna, so the gatekeeper goes and tell Krishna that Brahma has come. So the gatekeeper, so Krishna ask him to ask the question that which Brahma. So he was surprised, like, I'm the only Brahma. He was thinking he's the only Brahma. Then Krishna asked, he asked, is it 400? He asked all the Brahmas of all the universe to come there. Then their Brahma sees that even so many thousands of heads Brahmas are there in different universes. So then he knows like how small I am. So there are some pastimes to show us that how Krishna's supremacy, right? So usually in material world, so somebody will surrender only when there is a supremacy, right? So that is the reason Krishna showed the even Vishwarup, because many people like that, how it is elaborately explained, how all the devatas, the mountains, and just everybody are there in Brahma, Shiva, in the Vishwarup of the Supreme Lord, right? So Then there is a, everybody or the subordination comes when there is a supremacy. So somehow or other, somebody surrenders. So that is for the benefit of the jiva. So that is why Krishna had to do different pastimes for different people, right? So I think maybe we can stop here. And anybody wants to add anything here? So this is of Mahavishnu, right? Which Vishnu here we are being talked about? Unlimited universe pass through pores of the body. So this is there a verse in Brahma Samhita actually. This comes in. I'm not able to remember the exact verse, but this is from the body of Mahavishnu, where when it is said from his pores, so many universes come out. Yeah. Okay, we have another 10 minutes. Should we go one more or what do we do? Can go. We try to see how big it is. This is small. I think we can cover this. 10.14.12. उत्क्षेपणं गर्भगतस्य पादयोः किं कल्पमातुरधोक्षजागसे किम् अस्ति नास्ति व्यपदेशभूषितं तवास्ति कुक्षे कियदपि अनन्तः उत्क्षेपणं गर्भगतस्य पादयोः
उक्तेशपनं गर्भगतस्य पादयोः
किं कल्पते मातुरधोक्षजागसे
किं कल्पते मातुरदक्षो यदाशिगते
किमस्ति नास्ति व्यपदेशभूषितम्
किम् अस्ति नास्ति व्यापदेशभूषितम्
तवास्ति कुक्षे कियदप्यनन्तः
तवास्ति कुक्षे
यदपि अनन्तः.
Read now. Translation. Mangala Mataji, want to read?
Yeah, I can read, Mataji.
Yeah, please. Go.
Can you hear me, Mataji, please?
Yes.
Translation. O Lord Adhokshaja, does a mother take offense when the child within her womb kicks with his legs? And is there anything in existence, whether designated by various philosophers as real or as unreal, that is actually outside your abdomen? Purport. Srila Prabhupada comments as follows on this verse in Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, chapter 14. Lord Brahma therefore compared himself to a little child within the womb of his mother. If the child within the womb plays with his hands and legs, and while playing touches the body of the mother, is the mother offended with the child? Of course, she isn't. Similarly, Lord Brahma may be a very great personality, and yet not only Brahma, but everything that be is existing within the womb of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord's energy is all pervading. There is no place in the creation where it is not acting. Since everything is existing within the energy of the Lord, the Brahma of this universe and the Brahmas of the many other millions and trillions of universes are existing within the energy of the Lord. Therefore, Lord is considered to be the mother, and everything existing within the womb of the mother is considered to be the child, and the good mother is never offended with the child, even if he touches the body of the mother by kicking his legs.
Beautiful. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Translation. O Adhokshaja, Does a mother take offense when the child within her own kicks with his legs? And is there anything in existence, whether designated by various philosophers as real or as unreal, that is actually outside your abdomen? So actually, no, now it looks like Lord Brahma is really, no, he's afraid also that Krishna may give him punishment for his offense. So he's saying, please be considerate. And because I am your child, he's just giving all examples and making Krishna fool, right? So just like how Lord Narasimha was very in anger mood, only Prahlad Maharaj was able to go near him and pacify him. No? So, and even all devatas were afraid to go even near to the Lord. So, here it is not like that because Krishna was enjoying actually the pastime. It was not anger, right? And even in the the devotees, they become very humble and they feel very ashamed of realizing after their mistake. Like even like Lord Indra also, right? So after he sent the Samvartaka clouds and he made, you know, and he brought flood and rain in Braj, right? So after for 7 days and 7, 8, and then when he realizes and he felt very ashamed that he paid obeisance to the Lord, forgive his mistake. And even even the gopis also, sometimes they would become very proud that Krishna is theirs and Krishna would come, for every day and dance with him, with them, rasa dance, right? The famous rasa dance. And then so Krishna used to immediately disappear from the rasa dance, right? Because of the offense. And then they would pray and for his forgiveness because Krishna never likes somebody becoming very proud. So even it may be a pure devotee. So Krishna gives such what to say punishments to even to the devotees so that they don't develop these anarthas. No? But this is, and even like is there any examples where devotees after committing mistake they paid, I mean they asked forgiveness with the Lord like this? Or anyone who is asking forgiveness, any pastimes you can remember?
Indra after Govardhan Leela Mataji?
Yes, Indra after Govardhan Leela, Lord Indra. And any other pastime? Even Durvasa Muni also, right? After offending to Amrish Maharaj, he later realizes his mistake. But Krishna does not forgive him. Krishna says, I can't do, like, no. Yet Krishna had actually has left this Sudarshan Chakra on him. So he says, once I leave, I cannot stop it. So you have to ask forgiveness from the devotee only. Only then I can. So actually, Krishna may forgive whatever offense is done to him, it is said. But if somebody does to a devotee, Krishna will not forgive. Just like how Krishna took the side of Pandavas in Mahabharata also. Because Yudhishthira wanted to forgive, Arjuna wanted to forgive, though they were, no, he says, Krishna says, Arjuna says they are Atataina, no, or they tried to kill them. No, they insulted their wife, they wanted to put their house on fire, what all they did. But then he says, like, I don't want to become a sinful person. I want to forgive. Yet Krishna does not want that. He want to who have done, he will take care of the devotee. Whoever is the devotee, they are not afraid of somebody doing bad for them or anything because Krishna will take control and Krishna will give a lesson, right? So, like Durvasa Muni also, Krishna didn't spare. Finally, he had to beg, Amrish Maharaj. So there he repents. And when Bhishma Dev also he repents when he was on his deathbed, because he was always supporting, because he was committed to the throne of Hastinapur. Like whoever was the king, current king, he had taken a vow that he would be loyal to the throne. So unfortunately, the person who was on the throne was not a, he was a bad king, right? Dhritarashtra. So who was actually so much attached to the Duryodhana, who was so much sinful person. So he feels when he was on the deathbed that he was supporting the Kaurava side, right? So which was not actually right. So he was also asking forgiveness to Krishna. So devotees actually ask, become very humble when they understand their mistake, and they ask the Lord to forgive. And they all, forgiving Lord. He also, Krishna also forgives the mistakes of the devotees. So otherwise, we have also, how we don't remember, right? Many lives we have taken, how many mistakes we would have done. But still, Krishna has given us some, taste in devotional service, or he has given this means, obviously he has forgiven. Otherwise, how is it possible? Because Krishna doesn't give devotional service or do very easily. It is said in Shastras that he could give anything material but not devotional. We are all chanting the Lord name every day. That itself is a blessing, right? So there are many people who don't even take the name of the Lord, right? They don't want to, even they have so much of time. People usually tell they don't have time. But then you are fortunate, and we are fortunate that we are able to keep some time for Krishna, though the quality may not be so good. That also we have to pray to the Lord only, right? Only by His mercy anything can happen, right? Because He is the all well-wishing father and mother, everything, right? Pitasi lokasya characharasya. He is the Mata, Pita, everything. Krishna, He can forgive our all offenses. Just like mother never get offended with the child, even if it touches the body of the mother by kicking legs. This is the analogy given by Lord Brahma. Okay, Hare Krishna. Anybody wants to add anything? We can stop here for today.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.